Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Guarda, le panne insieme vedremo, la medida. Nochmal ein Applaus für den Hitler.
Good evening, dear friends. What a beautiful sight to see this hall so full, which doesn't happen every day, I must say. I'm happy that you're all here. It is important for our guests tonight to see that we are many, and right here in Bergisch Gladbach as well. So thank you for coming, all of you.
Thank you.
On behalf of the Bergisch Gladbach Near Oz Solidarity Partnership, I warmly welcome you. Many of you have come from afar, aus dem Ruhrgebiet, aus Niedersachsen, aus dem Westerwald. Es sind hier representatives of City Partnership Association that we have here tonight, the German Israeli Society, as well as representatives of the Protestant Church of Bergisch Gladbach have also come here tonight. It is important to mention that also many volunteers are here among you. Please wave. Who is a volunteer? A former and actual volunteer. Wow. That is so nice that you came. So we will make a picture later on with our two guests from Neros, which is a wonderful idea. So, what we did as volunteers, actually, we are doing our best to help restore this wonderful place to what it was before October 7th, which is quite very difficult, if not impossible. Anyway, we do what we can to make sure that this place is going to be what we call a home in the future. A few days ago, we returned from Near Oz with a group of volunteers, and life seems to be slowly returning to the place that our guest, Gadi Moses, and also Efrat's parents, Hanan and Etna, helped to build with others in the 1950s. Many of the kibbutz founders were murdered and abducted by terrorists on October 7th, 2023. Last night, Itai Chen, may his memory be a blessing, the last remaining hostage with German citizenship, returned to Israel, and his family now can finally give him a proper burial and say their goodbyes. Dear Gadi, almost 60 times we read your name and the name of all hostages at our rallies here in Bergisch Gladbach. Finally, at the end of January, you returned to Israel, and we celebrated your return in the streets of Bergisch Gladbach with Israeli wine, Israeli beer, and bamba. Bamba. You have let the world know that you will rebuild your kibbutz, your home, and dear Gadi, I assure you, we will continue to help you with that. On the 1st of May this year, we received a photo from Near Oz, which has moved many of us to tears. We had just returned with volunteers from Near Oz and worked 3 weeks around the pool of Near Oz. And this is, exactly. And this is the picture we received from Niels. And this picture says it all. This is Gadi Moses in the pool, raising his wrists, showing the world, you will not break me. Thank you, Gadi, for your strength and for being an inspiration and a role model for all of us. Love is stronger than hate. Until the last hostage, no one will be left behind. And dear Ifrat, you made it possible for us to establish contact with Niros, which I hadn't before. And already during our first phone call on the 15th of October 2023, it was clear to me that this will be a friendship that will achieve a lot. Thank you for everything you did and for everything you do. For your tireless fight for the release of your uncle Gadi and for all others, especially the German hostages. I will never forget your very personal speech at the Berlin Philharmonic in December 2023. Countless interviews, hours on airplanes, lectures, discussions with heads of state and presidents, appearances on television shows. Through your work for the Hostages and Missing Families Forum, you have played a major role in ensuring that 20 hostages were able to return home alive. And now, finally, even though it is happening far too slowly, that the remains of the killed hostages, murdered hostages, are returning to their families. We here in Bergisch Gladbach will continue to stand by Israel and continue our demonstrations. Thank you for being here tonight with us, and Am Israel Chai.
Thank you.
And now we talked about how we want to do this kind of event tonight. So Efrat offered just to do like an interview with her uncle, or maybe Gadi simply wants to start talking. Natril, Efrat רוצה. So, wir machen das so, der Gadi fängt einfach an zu erzählen und wir geben ihm den Raum und die Zeit und zwischendurch wird Efrat vielleicht ein bisschen moderieren, lenken, aber das alles wird natürlich in Englisch passieren. Schön, dass ihr alle da seid.
שלום לכולם. I'm very happy to be here. I didn't know anything about your support and solidarity with the community of Niros. And when I start to see your people, your donation, your solidarity, your help, your wishes, I became very, very emotional. I have very emotional feeling that, as Petra said, Am Israel Chai, and not only Am Israel, every human being around the world tried to help us in his ability and in his feeling or voluntary, meaning exactly as your groups that came to Israel and help us to become slowly to what we have been 2 years ago. On the 7th of October, I got up and terrorists were in my house. inside the house, and the first difficult feeling is that you understand that you lost everything in a moment, which means you don't have the ability to take decision, you don't have the ability to wish, to drink, to eat, to wear, go out, and I went out without clothes, bare, and they took me on motorbike from my house to the close village. We have about 2 kilometers from the kibbutz. And I started a journey of 482 days in Gaza. And I can tell you that the physical difficulties, like food, like clothes, like shower, it's not a difficulty. The mental difficulties, the mental pressure is the point. Means the moment you are disconnecting from knowledge, you don't have cellular, you don't have telephone, you don't have video, you don't have television, computer, you are completely disconnected. For months, I didn't know that there is a war. 4 months. Then I didn't know what happened with my family, with my community, with my kibbutz, what happened to my friends. I was for 182 days completely alone. I didn't see anyone from Israel, from our community, from Otef Gaza. So, by this situation, you can lose your soul, you can become crazy, you can become with a, let's say, bad feeling about your situation, or you have to collect yourself, to stand up and to say, I will be alive, I will pass it, and I will win. For me, to win is to be back in my family, together with my family. For me, is to be back with me in my community, and for me, hope is to see Niroz back as it was 2 years ago. So that's the point that I understood very early, that they can't take from me the feelings, the freedom of thoughts, the freedom of expectation, and that's what holds me all along this time. Many times I ask myself how it happened, why I was so strong, why I decided and realized it that I will not be broken. I will stand straight on with all my soul, mind. They will not break me. They will not do anything that I will show them. So I'll show them that it's difficult to me. It was very difficult, but I decided to be strong. And it's not so easy decision. One of the best sellers I had was a tikva. In a tikva are several rows, but on law of that tikvatenu means we didn't lose our hope. עוד לא עבדה תקוותנו, או to be עם חופשי בארצנו, free people in our land. Its meaning become deeply entered to my soul. I decided to sing this song many times. And they asked me, what are you singing? I told them, that's between me and myself. It's not related to you. So, the fear from the moment, the fear from the next moment was so strong that I didn't think why it's happened to me. I didn't think I'm poor one, I'm suffering. I didn't have any sentiments connecting with me. I decided to be alive and to be strong. I decided. And, from the 432 days, 120 days, I was completely alone. What's the meaning? Without captures. I was not in tunnels, I was only in houses, and they closed me in a room inside the house. I was closed. One came around 9 o'clock, give me a piece of bread, pita, and food, and in the afternoon, pita and rice, and that's maximum 10 minutes in 24 hours that I saw a man. All the rest of the time, I was completely alone. And you have to decide that you are not become crazy, that you will be honest with them, honest with yourself. One time they beat me, they tried to force me to eat, and I didn't want to eat, so they boxed me. And I told the capture, look, gentlemen, next time you will beat me, I'll beat you back. It's forbidden for you to beat. You want that I will sit, I will sit. You want that I will stand up, I will stand up. If you will touch me, you will suffer. And it's finished. So I had the feeling that maybe I was lucky, maybe the white hairs helped me, or other things. But I didn't give them any chance to live,
Insult.
to insult me. It's forbidden. I'm hostage. I know I'm hostage, but you will not insult me. I will keep my pride, so you will understand. I am a real gentleman. You will behave with me as gentlemen. If not, you will suffer. And I told them, I'm not afraid from this weapon. You can direct it to me, you can shoot, I'm not afraid. And it took about 480 days, 82 days. A day before I was released, they told me go to take a shower. A shower was a pail of 8-liter water once a week with a cup. I took water with a cup, put on my body once a week in the winter. I suffer from it very much. But I decided that it's not enough. I decided to be honest. And I think that my age and together the position they show for me helped me to survive. Last day, I was released in 31st of January 25. They told me, take a shower, shave yourself, you are going to be free. It was one of the best and the worst days during this time because they took me to some places and make a lot of photos. The next one took a group of photographers and all the time they took photos and asked me to make some signs of victory. I understood that they want to make victory. And I said, you will never see victory for me. You can make any photo you want, but I will not make to give you a picture of victory. Oh, okay, I'll make like this. I told him I will not do it. I'm hostage, but I have my dignity. I will not give you any chance to insult me. Okay. Later on, they took me to a cemetery. It was open grave. I stood in front of the grave, and about 15 minutes, nobody talked. You can imagine what's the meaning of standing in front of the grave, one Kalashnikov here, another Kalashnikov here, and nobody is talking. I waited only to hear the shots. And I guess it was about 15 minutes of completely silence. They asked me, what do you think, Hajj? They call me Hajj. Hajj is an addition to a name for people who went to Mecca. So they did call me Gadi, they call me Hajj. What do you think, Hajj, about our food? I became crazy. What is my opinion about the food? The fucking food I ate so much time. I said everything is okay, but please take me out of this cemetery. Please do it. Some other questions, and then they said, okay, if you don't want to be here, go to the van, we will go from here. Like a balloon that we took all the air from the balloon. It was some minutes of weakness. I felt that I'm going to fall down, but I said, no, Gadi, no, stand up. Keep your appearance so they will blow up. And the last day, next day was, as you saw in the TV, with all the crowd shouting, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. I was sure that yesterday in the cemetery it was the first meal, first food. Today is the main course because it's impossible to describe the fear of a man under shouts and the feeling of you are going to be killed within moments. They lost the control. All the crowd was very close, and till the moment I was, by the Red Cross people, I was sure that I'm going to be killed. Then I came to Israel, and I met a new reality. I felt the solidarity of people in Israel and from people from many other countries that feeling solidarity with the situation of the people in Israel. I'm sorry to say that I'm completely disappointed from the behavior of our government, but it's not the time to talk about it. I want to thank all the people who hug me and help to me and to yours to rebuild. You know, on this flag, it's written here, in Hebrew, לא יפה דרך כי נפרסי נתיב. We are not tired from what we are doing. We'll open the new way for the future. And that's the meaning of this title. I'm completely optimist. I want to see Niro's back flowering. I can understand that people will not come back. I lost my wife on the 7th of October, but I decided to remember her and my friends, 64 people from Niroz killed on the 7th of October. From 400, it's a lot of people. It's a small community. The problem of the community, which the majority of this community live now in Gad. It's a quarter in Kiryat Gat, and they are in very bad condition. And small things, as the group, the first group, cleaned the swimming pool, and suddenly we came alive in the summer and swim in the swimming pool. They are small things, but they are great. And I completely thank you. It is great. It is great. It is show the people that it's possible to rebuild the place. 80% of our houses was burned. 80%. And 64 died. And the majority of the kibbutz left on the 7th of October at night. They were taken from Niroz to Eilat. They lost everything. Any memorial item, pictures, history. Sometimes we have family that family, husband and wife, and one of the children were killed. We lost a lot, 2 families with babies, Simanto and
Biba.
Bibas. Full family, 5 persons, 3 persons. It's a kind of disaster, kind of trauma. We're still in trauma. We are not in post-trauma. And the help of the groups who came to help us and to be with us. Sometimes it's not cleaning the swimming pool or building something or cutting the grass or doing any kind of jobs. Sometimes the staying in Niroz is doing the job, talking with the people, meeting the people, showing the people that it's possible. The world understands that it's impossible to lose such a place. And that's the mission I took on my shoulders together with many others, Efrat, her brother, Ron Baat, many other people decided to rebuild the place. That's the reason I'm going with this disc all the time, because we still have 7 hostages and we can't take it off the daily timetable. They have to be on the table all the time. till the last one will come back. And the other target I took on my shoulders together with friends. Nobody can do it alone. It's only motivation of many people to rebuild the kibbutz together with the people who were or with new partners. I want to tell you, our community divided into 3 parts. One part decided not to come. They can't come. They are afraid of the situation. They were 8 or 10 hours inside the shelter together with small kids, and they are still under the trauma. They said so far we are not coming back. The other group, I'm part of this group, decided doesn't matter what happened in Niroz, we are in Niroz. I came back to Niroz 2 weeks ago, and together with other, we will rebuild the place. And there are members of our community, they are hesitate. They are not sure that they can. Part of them, old ladies and gentlemen, part of them still afraid, still waiting for houses, new houses. We are building now completely new 10 houses, and we will continue with the program and with the building of houses. And people like you that are coming together with groups, staying with us all the time, eating with us, coming to the dining room, eating the same food together with us every day, it gives back to the people. It's improved their spirit, and they show that it's possible. So that's the situation. If your question.
Yes. I have
Oh.
one. To the Gadi. First of all, also many thanks from me. It's amazing to think we spoke on October 15th, and we never part since then. And thanks to Petra, I met so many wonderful people of you, and really the feeling that first you were in Magen and now in Nir Oz, and to know not only those who come to volunteer and work in Israel, but those who support, and even they cannot come, they help others to come. And we had the youngest one who is with us today, Rebecca, and the elderly ones. It's just amazing to see the multi-generation in a cycle of relationship between Germany and Israel. For many years, my side of the other family is also German. We are all lots of German roots. And for many years it was sitting with me, but I didn't do much about my German-Israeli connection. And when the war started from October 7th, we actually realized the connection to Germany, we hoped, might help us, but we found out it helped in many other ways. And the solidarity of Germany and Israel is very unique and very important. So I wanted to ask you maybe if you could share the German culture is within us. The German education and the German values and morals is within us. If you don't mind to share what we did 2 days ago, and to maybe share with those friends of ours in Germany, why is it such a strong connection, and how the solidarity helps motivation?
תודה. I'm son of a German refugee and Turkish mother. My mother and my father arrived to Israel in 1936. My father was born in Tresa, not far from here. Not far
No,
from.
not so far from.
Not so far. I visited Tresa first time in my life 6 years ago. My father arrived to Israel. He was single man, single son to his parents, and he saw how Nazis killed his father by stones in the middle of the street in 1935. And the Jewish agency came to his mother and told her, if you want to save your son, give him to us, because a big worst time, the future is very bad. And she decided to give my father to the Jewish agency, and he arrived to Israel. She paid for everything, and my father arrived to Israel in 1936. He was 2 years in kibbutz in Emek B'Shar, Tel Yosef, and then he left to Hadera, small city between Haifa and Tel Aviv, and he met in an orchard my mother that came in 1936 to Hadera, and the rest is history. We are two brothers, and they fought for our education, they fought for our לא חינוך, נימוס, politeness,
Yeah.
for our politeness. And when I was in Gaza, I asked myself many times, what happened? Why I'm so strong? Why I'm not afraid? Although everything showed me that we have to give up. And I decided no. And I came back to my father, and 2 days ago I was in Tresa, and I saw the grave of his father. I visited, I saw the, איך קוראים אבני נגב?
The stumple stones.
I saw the place where my grandparents and my father were lived, and I felt the atmosphere, and the mayor of Tresa gave us all the time, and the 3 investigators, German investigators working in the municipality that investigate all the history of Jews in Tresa, gave me a lot of information about my family that I didn't know. They gave me an old book with a chapter about my family, and I understood that my roots are here in Germany. I'm feeling exactly what's the meaning of German education, what's the meaning of familiar relation, what's the meaning of homesick. A lot of things that I didn't know, and my father came 16 years old to Israel. He never spoke in our family about his history. And everything is parallel without, now after the visit in Dresden, I saw and I felt that I took the same decision. I decided not to be captured by my past. I am not asking why it happened to me. I am not asking, I am not crying. I know the fact. I know that Efrat, my dear human, murdered this day, and I decided to remember everything, and I remember, and I'm going to tell my story to everywhere, but I decided that my history is what important now. I'm 81 years old, and I understand that I don't have so much time, but the rest of the time I have to do positive things. I have to hope, I have to improve my thoughts, I have to help my friend, and together with them, to rebuild my house and our house, and Petra can tell you exactly how it moves. Not so fast, not enough fast, but it moves. It moves forward, and I think that the German route my father brought, we are two brothers. In 2024, the mayor of Tresa called my brother when I was hostage. He called my brother and invited him for 1 week to Tresa, and he arranged for him meetings with pupils in schools, high classes, to talk about our story. He still didn't know what happened with me, and he presented the subject of hostages and the fact that his brother still in Gaza. And when I came back and decided to continue on this path, to understand that only positive activity will help me to recover. And that's part of my presence here. First of all, I saw the activity of your groups in Iroz. And second, I want to support the spirit of volunteering that you present during the last 2 years. So that's the point.
So the last thing I just want to tell you is that Gadi is back. It's still sometimes unbelievable, but he's back, and many are back. 7 more to be back. Just want to tell you that if sometimes you wake up in the morning and say you're a little bit tired to protest again, or you're a little bit tired of writing another post, please do not be, because every single act of every person around the world, wherever it be, Bergisch, Gladbach, or Kiryat Gat, or next to me, Oz, it matters, because at the end it is us, you and we, who brought them back. It is the sound of the rightful people of justice that was around the world, not only in Israel, also in the diaspora. And this is why it is so important for us to come all the way here to thank you and to please ask you to please continue, because every tiny little did matters. And thank you very much.
שאלות.
Would you like, anyone would like to ask Gadi a question maybe? Yes, sure, in the back.
לא צריך יותר זמן,
I,
נכון?
I just wanted to ask you, do you hate the people in Gaza? I mean, after all that happened, is there hate burning or not?
It's an important question. Very important.
It's, first of all, my answer is no. Totally not. That's my answer. Because I'm a human being, I understand the Palestinians are our enemy, and now we are in war, and we have to beat them as strong as possible. No doubt about it. But I say all the time, what about the future? What we want from the future? And I want neighborhood. I want humanity. I want relations of neighbors. I want fair play. So, no place for hatred. We have to find solution because during the history, the world found solutions. Look what happened to Germany from Nazis' time to one of the most important countries in the world. What happened in England and France? What happened with Japan? What happened in Ireland? What happened in Cyprus? Everywhere. We have to find normal solution that we will understand. We will understand that the Palestinians are a fact, and they have to understand that the Jewish people are fact. All the time that one of the sides will not understand it, will continue to fight. I said that 77 years Israel tried to fight, to save its reality, to build society, to build community, to continue the history. It's time to try different way. Hatred will not lead us to any solution. We need human relation. Maybe not love the Palestinian. Israel with Egypt in state of peace for 50 years. They are not loving us, not at all. But I worked in Egypt 3 years as an agronomist. I tell you that there is a combination of relation. But I can go to Egypt and they can come to Israel. We have a security condition, so the Egyptian can cross the canal, Suez Canal, with army. That's the solution, kind of solution, that we have to have with the Palestinian. You will not shoot, and if you will shoot, you will be punished very, very strong. But education, health services, relations, freedom, all this we should build together with them. All the time that fanatics will be the leaders in Gaza and even in Israel. I am brave enough to tell you that the sheikhiyut, the dreaming people, dreaming about the third temple,
Messianic.
Messianic, they are the leaders of Israel today. Unfortunately, but that's a fact. No place for hatred. And I remember what they did to us. And now they have to get a punishment, a very strong punishment. But we have to present horizon. And unfortunately, our leadership is not doing it. I hope I answered. Yes, please.
I don't have a question. I just want to thank you for your very, very wise words. I'm so happy that I came here today because I have learned something You are for me a very wise man because you really said wise words. And I cannot say more, but I have learned here something very much. And I thank you so much for this because this is going to work in my head, in my heart, to think about it. And this, I think this should be taught more, to hear your story, to hear what you think about it, what you say about this. And yes, I can't say more. I just want to thank you. And these were very wise words, and I hope we can teach that more. This is very, very good. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we met in April, and I remember very well when we hugged each other. It was like your beacon of light, of love, of resilience, of hope. And I learned from you so much. And I have to say, what you said about hatred is, in our fight against anti-Semitism, it's so hard not to hate. But when you say you're not hating, who are we that we are hating? So thank you for your words. And the question is, what really, I'm wondering all the time, where do you take your strength from? Where do you gain your strength, your enormous strength? Where does it stem from?
I'm human being. I try to, and that's the meaning of my connection with Raisa. Because, you know, I have a story, and I remember one of my teacher on the primary school told my father when I was 10, 12, I don't remember exactly. He told him, your son didn't tell me hello this afternoon. My father came to me and asked me, Joseph told me that you didn't tell him hello. Maybe you didn't see him. That was the education. Everyone you know him, you have to say shalom, hello. You have to answer. You have to be honest. And I tell you, that's my projector. That's the light that take me ahead. I I have 3 children, all of them adults, and 10 grandchildren. And that's our projector. We have to tell the truth. We have to love people. We have to love human beings. We have to educate. You have to be active. But we have to be brave. We have to take care about ourselves. I feel it's nothing special in this situation. What's the meaning of hatred? What's the meaning of it? How it can help us? I'll give you another. I learned on the worst way the Palestinian and all of them, because I was in 10 places with 20 people. No one was honest. They can lie to you without,
Without a blink.
without a blink. Yes, they told me, Efrat, the name of my wife, she's here. And I didn't know anything about her. I was happy. How do you know? He said, I know who take care about her. Okay. 22nd of November was her birthday. I asked him to send WhatsApp. He said, okay, הכל בסדר. I wrote, happy birthday, love you. 3 months later, they gave me transistor, radio, small radio, and the headline of the news was investigation of Israeli Air Force. The death of Efrat Katz is, that's the way I knew she was died from bombing of Israeli Air Force. Now you know that I spoke with them. I told them, why you are liars? Why you tell me lies in the most sensitive moment of human being? How you can say things that you don't know? How you can say, I sent WhatsApp and you didn't? All this bullshit. I decided that I'm different human being. I decided that I have to say the truth, here or there or everywhere. I think that the truth is strength. I think that being valuable people is my power, is my strength. And with it, I continue. So, very difficult to feel 2,000 meters from your house, liars, people who have no dignity. They take you as I don't want to say any man, but without any rights, without any possibility. You know, they enter to my mouth, they enter to my eyes, they take care about me. You become a flowing leaf without any personality. You are laying on the soil without bed, with ants, with insects. It's very difficult, very difficult. But I decided to remain a human being.
Okay. It's a
Okay.
strong message.
Ja.
That was a very
Maybe silk.
special final sentence of yours. How important it is to remain human beings. And as I said in my opening words, Gadi, we all appreciate you. We all, we feel that we know you for so long time already, since we read your names, we told your story again and again here in the city, in the streets. So I can't express myself how much we are happy to have you here tonight and how we felt that you trust us. How much we felt that you are open-minded and talk from the very bottom of your heart. And all I can say is that you are not alone. We will come again and again with volunteers. We help to rebuild your home and bring it back a little bit to the way it was before October 7th. We can't completely restore, we can't heal your hearts, but anyway, we want to do it with passion and love. And we stand in solidarity with you, with all the hostages, with you, my dear friend Efrat, and with Kol Israel. Odlo after Tikvateinu. I don't remember how many times we said that in the Midrachov here in the street. We haven't lost the hope yet, and this is the way we continue. Odlo after Tikvateinu. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you all.
It's the best game.
תודה רבה. תודה רבה. Thank you very much. תודה.
את רוצה לדעת אם את רוצה לשיר את התקווה או שזה לא?
כן, כן, בטח.
Okay. Jetzt steht ihr alle, das ist wunderbar. Jetzt lassen wir jetzt auch gerade mal so und irgendjemand Axel ich schlug vor, yes, dass wir gemeinsam, wie wir das bei unseren Mann machen, auch immer machen, die Hatte quasi.
Nefesh Yehudi Homia Ulfate Lisa Kalima Ein Etzion Sophia Und Lauft Antikatenu Tikva Mashnot Alpayim Yotam Chofshi Be'atzenu Eretz Tzion Yerushalayim Yotam Chofshi Be'atzenu Eretz Tzion Yerushalayim. Am Israel Chai.
תודה רבה, תודה רבה. Thank you very much.